November 17th, 2014, I uploaded my first video onto this channel. I didn't think that much was going to come from it. I didn't think I was going to be doing it for long, but yet, here we are. Percussinate is now 10 years old. I feel really old just saying that, but yeah, Percussinate, this channel right here is now 10 years old. I prepared a whole video talking about the whole occasion, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I said I'm going to work on that later, and it took me a while to get back to it because I've been sick, I've been busy with work, all sorts of things, but I'm here now, and yeah, the year's about to end, but hey, we got here just in time. So yeah, Percussinate is now 10 years old. And normally I'd make a video around this time talking about everything that happened in the past year, but I haven't really made a video around here in a while. So we'll go over that later. But first, let's talk about Percussinate. So yeah, I started it when I was 15. Again, I feel really old just saying that. But I started it when I was 15, and I originally didn't want to make a channel, honestly, because I had no interest, but my friends wanted to make a gaming channel, and we needed our own channels to have a group channel, and I just decided, okay, I'll just make this random channel. I'll use the name of a random word I came up with freshman year of high school and just call it good. But who knew I would continue to go on with the channel years past after those first couple of years, because like my friends, they had their own channels and like they kind of stopped doing it, but for some reason I kept going. And while obviously I haven't really done it much in the past year or really past couple of years, I still kept going because I don't know, it was just a lot of fun to me. This channel has gone through so many changes, but whenever I started it, I wanted it to be an awesome music channel, if I can quote myself from like 10 years ago. I don't know if I accomplished that, but I did something, alright. I've done all sorts of videos, like talking heads, performance videos, memes, vlogs, just all sorts of things. Oh, can't forget gaming. I did do some gaming content in the first year of YouTube, but we don't talk about that. For a while, I would look back at those older videos and kind of see things that I did good, things I didn't do as good, and kind of just reminisce a little bit. But nowadays it's really hard because I just see every single flaw that I made in those videos. But like, I do appreciate all the flaws in there because I learned from them, mostly. I learned from them, and they're just a little snippet of my life back then. Percussinate, in a way, was a journal of that part of my life, being the second half of high school, all of college, and some of my adult years past college. And I'm just so glad I was able to do it for so long. A lot of my older videos I took down over the past couple of years just because like they don't look that great anymore, but man, just looking back at some of them, just the quality of them, they were so bad, but I worked with what I had. Like back when I was at my parents' house, I just had like my desk that I had growing up, and all I had was, I think, my dad's computer or something, or my dad's laptop, and I had to record with a laptop and the laptop cam, and it sounded and looked so bad, but that's all I had, and sometimes that's what you need to get started. So I'm glad that I used that back then, but looking back, oh, it all looked so bad. Eventually I started using my own phone for recordings, but that didn't really mean much. Like I had a Windows phone back when I was a 15, 16-year-old, and this camera is terrible. I would upgrade year by year, but the quality was still not great. I think this phone, the quality got better, but the audio quality got worse. Eventually I did get an iPhone, and that did help things, but it didn't help that I was downloading videos, I think, in 720p for years and didn't even notice. From the video end of things, I did not know what I was doing, which is kind of funny considering I loved video production in high school. But still, like, it's still fun to look back at that and just see where I was. I was trying to make something out of nothing because I really didn't have much back then. From the music end, you can just tell throughout that this is just a kid who loves music and percussion, and he wants to share that with the world. He may not be the best performer, but he still loves talking about it and performing. And I've been able to document a lot of performance opportunities and traveling opportunities as well, which has been really cool. Going to all region and all state auditions, actually performing at all region and all state, going to my local band camp, traveling with a college marching band, traveling for OKPAS on multiple occasions, eventually going to PASIC in Indianapolis. Just all sorts of stuff that I didn't think I would ever do. And again, it's so great I get to look back at all of that.
Speaking of video production, trying to edit on my parents' laptops back in the day was just so bad. It was so bad, and I went through a number of free editors whenever I didn't have money to get Premiere Pro. But for like years, I used I think VideoPad was one that I used. I used Windows Movie Maker a couple of times, I think in the early days, because I just didn't have a choice. Even though back then I didn't know that was such a limiting editor, but I didn't have a choice. VSDC I think is another one I used, which was very jank, but it got the job done. Eventually I got Premiere, and now currently I'm actually really sick of Premiere. I really want to go to DaVinci Resolve, but my laptop currently can't handle that. There have been many highs and lows as I've done this channel, and I've been able to share with you all kind of where I've been throughout the past few years. This was the one year I really haven't said anything. This year I've mainly been just kind of nose to the grind, just dealing with working and a bunch of other adult stuff. But for the past year and a half, I've been performing with a professional drumline, which is, it feels really weird to say that considering whenever I started the channel, I just finished my first season with my high school's drumline. And I was so excited. I was like, yeah, this is so cool. And then here I am doing it professionally. Yeah, it feels really cool to come full circle. I want to get more into that, but that goes into the reason why I haven't talked about it much in the past. I am under contract, and I have to be careful about what I say and what I show and stuff. And I don't want to screw stuff up just by saying that I do that. So I'll end it there, but at the same time, man, it's been so cool. I think that's my cue to stop. So I could keep going, but I need to keep this short so I can try to get this done before New Year's. Shout out to all my close friends that I was making videos around whenever I first started, because it's like, that's kind of the thing that kept me going, especially like my closest friend, Jake. Really appreciate you, man, because considering he was in so many of the first videos, like I have to get a special shout out to him, and plus he's been by my side since like I was 6, so like, I have to give a shout out to him. There's more stuff that I've been doing behind the scenes, and probably at some point I should probably like mention it in a community post or something, but I'll do that eventually. But for now, yeah, that's all I got. And again, thank you guys so much for 10 years, and guess I'll see you later. Bye.